Okay, good evening and welcome to a special Motzi edition, Shir Erev Rosh Hashanah, Kesubos Pei Aleph, number 81 in Kesubos, Iyun of Benzion. We talked about in the main Daf Yom Shir about this unique case, basically where she's a Shomeres Yavam at one point, and then doesn't say explicitly in the Brisa, but it's pretty much assumed he does Yibum. And he has a new wife now as a Yavama, and then she dies. Who has to bury her? So that was the question that was brought up last of Naf Pei. The Gemara answer at the top of Pei Aleph and Aleph, the first line, Yosher Yoshek Gvasa Chayim Kurasa. The person who inherits her ksuva is Chayim Kurasa. Now, who is that exactly? So the Gemara on Naf Pei talked about two different possibilities. There's the people that are Kohen Nichse Son Barzel Becheskas, is the way I explained it. Right? When she stipulates going to the marriage, I'm giving you this to use, make some money off of it, but I want it back, guaranteed, at the end of the marriage. So that always belonged to her, and it goes to her father, her family's heirs, when or whoever, her father's not alive, whoever inherits her father. Her family goes back to her family. The rest is called the ksuva. It's part of the ksuva. The ksuva is inherited by her husband or the yavam. Now, this brisa actually distinguishes between the heirs of the first husband, the first brother, and the second brother, who is the yavam, who does yibum. Right? They both have separate families. They both have heirs, their own heirs. So this brisa distinguishes, and it says the first brother's heirs are obligated to feed her. They get fed from her, and they get it, and the heirs get her ma'aseh, her wages, because basically the ksuva that they have to pay her back, we'll learn in Daf Kuf later on in the Masechta, because the manu masayim she hasn't collected yet, right? She hasn't died yet at this point, so she is entitled to a ksuva. So until she gets paid her ksuva, she gets mizonos from the that's one of the tonight ksuva. She gets mizonos, and they're ma'aseh daim according to this price to go to the heirs. That's all based on the ksuva of manu ma'asayim. However, there's another component of the ksuva, and that is the nichse malog that we talked about. Nichse malog is basically money that she brought into the marriage. That we learn in the Mishnah. The Mishnah said on Daf Pei or Daf Ayin Tet, I forgot. It says that basically when he does yibum, so he is the one entitled to nichse malog, right? Her properties, right? She gets the karka, huachal peiros, right? I explained in other shiurim that they both own the karka. They're shutfim in the karka. When you're ishto kagufo, even the yavam it's the ishto, it's his wife. When he's machnas, when he does yibum, so it's kagufo. So they share the land, and therefore, because they share it equally, so therefore it forces her. It has to be in a way that'll benefit both of them. So therefore, if it's money, they buy karka, they buy real estate, which will appreciate greater, or you invest in something else that will cause the money to appreciate. So that's the ksuva. That's what, when the Bryce says ksuva, it's not talking about the manu masayim, it's talking about, and that's what this Bryce explains over here. This Bryce on top of Pei Aleph, where the Gemara says, right, en chayam mikurasa, yosher yoshek tzuvasa chayam mikurasa, and the Gemara delineates who is and the Gemara delineates the yavam, and his heirs are the yoshek tzuvasa, because when he does yibam, so nichse malug are entitled to him. Now, right, basically he inherits his whole brother's estate, which includes his wife's properties, which is part of the nichse malug. So therefore, they're masakin kurasa tachas ksuvasa. So that really essentially tachas the nichse malug. The karka of the nichse malug, the peiros nichse malug is tachas perkona, but the ksuva is the nichse malug. That's what we're talking about over here. That's what comes clear from the Gemara. And the first heirs are responsible to pay manu masayim, so they are the ones that have to feed her and get her ma'aseh dayim. However, the nichse malug are inherited by the yavam when he does yibam, and therefore he is the one responsible to bury her, because the burial is tachas kuvasa, which is the nichse malog, which includes peiros, and also includes a shutfus and guf hakarka. I'll have to explain more going forward, but basically that's the idea I'm advancing over here, is that when you marry a woman, so therefore ishto kagufo, so you own half of the karka, you own half of her property inherently, because you're married to her, and that forces you to buy peiros on a doraisa level, because you wanted to appreciate, and then he gets entitled to the peiros also, midrabanan, guaranteed to that midrabanan. That's what I have to say on this daf. We'll explain this more going forward. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.